Good afternoon and welcome to Primrose Hill Farm. And we're here with Subaru for the unveil of the new Forester. I'm Ben Quirt, welcome to Planet Auto. To think the Forester's now in its 6th generation, and more than that, it's 27 years old. It's sold umpteen models across the globe. The thing is, what it offers for the money is quite something. Subaru know how to target their market. It starts at under £40,000. And interestingly, it's the only vehicle in that segment that is all-wheel drive and under £40,000. They also have a very loyal customer base. But it's not surprising when you look at the dealer experience and also what the vehicle offers as a whole. It ticks many, many boxes. It'll get you off the beaten track, as well as safely down the motorway and through the centre of London. And it doesn't feel too big on a back road. Forester is one of those vehicles that we've had an affinity with for many years. It was only last year that we did over 1,000 miles on the previous gen, and it didn't skip a beat. But when you've got systems like EyeSight, permanent symmetrical all-wheel drive, and comfort that allows you to go on a long haul on a whim. But the thing about Subaru is, even when it's what you class entry level, you still get things like heated seats, they're fully electric, and a decent infotainment screen. And even if you do go for the top of the range, it'll cost you around 43,000. One thing that has changed with Forester is the trim names. So you now have Limited, Field and Touring. We have the Touring. We also have a few extras too, like that Forester. And I think we've chosen the best colour too, autumn green metallic. I mean, this would look perfect on any farm estate. But it's not just skin deep either. It's got the capabilities it needs to get off the beaten track. The ground clearance of 220mm. And it stands tall in every sense of the word. I mean, just look at the chunky arches. Now we're on the 6th generation, there are some significant changes. For example, the window line is lower. I think it's about 1.6 centimetres, which makes all the difference with visibility. And it's not just the windows, they've moved the mirrors too, meaning you've got better visibility out of the quarter light. I think this latest gen looks far sleeker. I mean, just look at the flow of the headlamps. One thing they have done is made it more dynamic. It has a more bold and muscular looking front, sculpted edges, sleeker looks, slimmed down lights, LEDs, automatic. You've now got cornering lights. You even get a 360 camera and parking sensors, the big glossy grille, and an almighty Subaru badge. It's very smart looking. Now, one thing that Subaru insists on is no matter what grade of vehicle you buy, you still get all the safety that Subaru has to offer. So EyeSight system, which has 15 features, 7 new on this one. And they tweak systems like lane keep assist and pre-collision mitigation. And in my opinion, Subaru EyeSight's safety system is one of the best out there. It recognises pretty much everything that it needs to. The other thing is, it's not too overzealous. So when it bongs, it means to. It doesn't just bong at the drop of a hat. You've got a new big infotainment screen, but there's still the functionality that you need. Also, there's still things like proper buttons. Now, the bottom line is, Forester didn't need much doing. The thing is with Forester, it was always a little behind the other models. So this latest gen rectifies that. Now we've concentrated mostly on a standard spec. As I mentioned, this is a touring, so it's all singing and dancing. For example, you have a power tailgate with gesture, and that comes in on field. But with this, you end up with things like heated rear seats. So each spec brings something new to the ball game. And never fear, this still has a sunroof, decent space for articulation. And this is one vehicle you can really take off the beaten track. Doors that cover the sills, you know, all the staples for an all-wheel drive. You know, the heritage is built on rallying, and it's never ever skipped a beat for us. And we've taken a fair few Subarus out over the years. The brand just gets stronger and stronger, and you'll be glad to know that the powertrain remains. So an e-Boxer 2-litre injection, flat 4. Now there is no manual, but we do have the eCVT. There is no electric, and there is no PHEV. From the side, it's got a rather pleasing profile, great proportions. You couple that with the 19-inch wheels and the lowish profile tyres, not too low, not too high, just perfect for going on-road and off-road. It looks superb, especially with the black gloss on the front and then the black mirror caps. If you like this type of video, why not subscribe to the channel? You just hit the button on the right hand side. It's free and you'll get an alert every time we upload. Also, if you do like the video, why not give it a like? It all helps and it means we can get more cars. Thank you. Keyless entry, and the door opens. this wide. So climbing in, absolute child's play. The height's not too bad either. And I don't even need to really duck my head, which is perfect. You get that feeling of there's something dependable. The build, everything's solid, but it's interwoven with premium materials. I mean, just take a look at the door card. Nice padded area, memory function for your electric seats, and as I mentioned, electric seats on all grades. Amazing. And you can tell at first glance they've reworked the interior. Now, it didn't look dated by any stretch of the imagination, but this, it just makes it more modern. And I think it may even flow better. Still got analog clocks. Amazing. A new infotainment system. And yeah, you can turn the volume up with a dial. Amazing. That's it. When you step into a Subaru, you know what you're getting. They brought it more modern, but not to the point that it compromises. We've got your power tailgate button. You can adjust the cluster lightness. Also your engine stop button. Solid. Pretty much everything you touch has a lovely feel to it. But once again, solid. So things like the center console, you rock the car before that moves. You've got cup holders here, and they've got grippers. I would prefer an old school handbrake, but realistically, this is where it's going. Comfortable, sporty seats. You've even got airbags in them. And just look at these side bolsters. They hold you firm, but they're not to the point that they squish you. And they have been reworked. They reduce head wobble, and they keep you more supported throughout long hauls. I think the only thing that's missing is massage. So they're fully electric, and you've got the memory function on the doors. Analog clocks, you've got your little fuel computer in the centre, and everything's just, well, it's easy to read. Big new infotainment system, similar to some of the other models. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Subaru Starlink, responsive, easy to use, with physical buttons integrated. And also this stays lit all the time, so you can adjust your airflow, turn on your heated seats, etc, etc. It's all very easy. The wireless charger just jumped into life too. You've got a rear demister button as well as a front demister button. On previous Subarus, you used to have an extra screen up here. If you've noticed, they've integrated it into the top of here, so this slides similar to the main screen. And yes, it's got navigation. It even uses what 3 words. So we've got our heated steering wheel here. We've also got paddles on the back. So we've essentially got a manual, we've got USBs, even an auxiliary. And we've got 12 volt here. Perfect. Nice armrest, and it's just wide enough for you and your passenger. Storage under there, decent glove box, but yeah, one heck of a manual. It certainly looks the part in the finishes, even the shaping around the vents. It's very well done. Older Subarus used to have almost like farmer edition, like knitted seats, and they've kind of come away from that, but still left mega capabilities, robustness, and ease of use, which really appeals. Great visibility. It almost feels MPV. No, you get a real command of the road. Headroom, what's that? About 2 inches? Even with a sunroof. Very cool. Mind you, this has never suffered for headroom. Reach and rake in the steering wheel, and there's a heck of a lot of adjustment. Big chunky stalks and lots of proper buttons throughout. I'm trying to think if there's anything omitted. Probably not. I mean, it's not the biggest vehicle, but it's always good that you can fold your mirrors. Take a look at the back. I almost forgot. Sunglasses holder and adjustable seat belts in the front. Very nice. One of the massive things for me about Subarus, especially vehicles like this, the SUVs, is it's very easy for me to climb in and out of. And even for Annabelle, it's not a challenge. Discs all round, so it stops as well as it goes. Now that is a wide opening door. Climbing in, as always, absolutely no problem. You just almost slide in. They're so roomy. Comfortable, you can get my feet under the seats, map pockets, and also a smartphone pocket too. This is hard plastic and the front is soft. This is all plush, and yes, we have a padded armrest and a decent door pocket. It's very relaxed. The backrest is at a great angle. So just look at the visibility now. And with the addition of the sunroof, it just makes it airy. It's such a big car, it really is. I mean, look at the legroom. Transmission tunnel, but it's all-wheel drive. Comes with the territory. Comfortable rear seats, and they're quite buckety. And the finish lovely too. Pull down armrest, cup holders, USBs, vents, and as we've got the Touring, you've also got heated rear seats. One thing that massively stands out on Subaru, is the practicality. There's very few cars now with a grab handle over the doors. Great visibility through the windscreen, and if you've noticed, it is slightly raised. Amazing how open this feels, even with privacy glass in the back. 6'3", about an inch, and I'm sat like I normally would. And bear in mind, this is set up for me. And yes, a rear light. Isofixes, airbags, and I think that's your lot. Oh wow, child locks. Yeah. Thank you, milady. From this rear quarter, LED rear lights, chunky bumper, and accents like this. Subaru embossed and Forester across the boot. Black gloss, sporty rear spoiler, high-level brake light, parking sensors, and a reversing camera. No, it's very smart from the rear. And if you go for field or touring, you'll get power tailgate with... It's amazing how fast this opens in comparison to, I think it was about the 4th gen. Oh no! Pull out load cover. Look at that. That's awesome. It's like little interesting things. Like for example, that's a telescope. 12 volt here, so perfect for a rear dash cam. To pop this out, you quite literally pull this in and it lifts out. Okay, now we come. This is what you call a proper boot. 2-3 months worth of shopping in here. Extra storage points at the side. We've got tethering points. And if we lift up the lovely Forester mat, which is perfect for wet cats, Wellington bobbles, you name it, you can see we've stowed the luggage cover. We've got extra storage there, inflation kit and some tools. And look, we've got a boot light that shines directly down as opposed to being on the side. I can stand under here at my height without having to crane my neck. Perfect. Right, let's drop the seats. Nice. Now that is a loading area. Quite easily get my EMTB in there. Finally, 4 shopping bag hooks. There goes a V8 Bentley. Lovely sound. No, this, perfect, especially for the price bracket. Pop the bonnet. The release is here. Pull once, push left. No struts. But this is a remarkably light bonnet. It really is. You expect it to be 4 or 5 times the weight it is. So yes, a 2-litre injection, mild hybrid. Easy to see where to top up the fluids. I think it's time to take it for a drive. Welcome behind the wheel of the new Forester. Under the bonnet, we've got a 2-litre injection, flat 4 e-boxer. So yes, this is mild hybrid. We've also got an eCVT as well. And yes, if you've ever driven one of the earlier Foresters without the e-powertrain, well, you're in for a treat. Let's just check the turning circle. With the e-boxer, it will drop into electric mode. It doesn't have a pure electric mode, but it will use it when it's going in lower speed. It'll also help off-road with acceleration, all types of things. Now there's no getting away from it. eCVTs, like CVTs, aren't the fastest boxers in the world. However, they have advanced a fair bit. Lawn shape, look at that. Yes, it does make a bit of noise, but if you drive it normally, it won't. Getting used to this kind of setup, it does take some time. It's just pleasant to drive. No, you can tell they've done quite a bit of work on the actual driving experience. It's quite quick if you learn how to use it. That's half the battle with an eCVT. Back in the day, they were horrendous. We were going down a dual carriageway and we put our foot down and essentially felt like it was going backwards because it was so slow. Whereas with the new generation of e-powertrains, considering its weight, it pulls quite well. It doesn't bank as much as you'd expect, does it?
Not at all.
It's not listing like a ship.
No, it's not wallowy.
I mean, you've got body roll, but it comes with the territory if you look at the size of Forester.
And it's comfortable.
Exactly. The thing is, if you want to eke out your petrol, you could just put it in the different driving mode, which is I. And then it lessens the accelerator and the curve changes. You see what it's like climbing hills. Wheel spin.
Woo.
Yes, this is flawed. But it's pulling at 50, so it's pretty quick. The thing is, the majority of people won't drive it like this. If you just drive it at a normal pace, it keeps up with shifting very well. No, it's well composed. It takes everything you throw at it as well, especially with Subaru's EyeSight system. Let's go left. What are the brakes like? They're good brakes.
Yes.
Cornering even at speed. And then it kicks down nicely too. Rattly. Rat bags. I think we're heading into the Cotswolds, aren't we? You can see the acceleration, your fuel consumption, angle of vehicle, etc. And you've got your X mode there. You're driving along and you're like, why are my modes not working? And it's because, if you notice, we slow down, we can then select snow, dirt, normal, or deep snow mud. Ooh. Right, let's do a launch with Eye. So this will be considerably slower, however, it'll be more efficient. The key to this system is gradual acceleration rather than flooring it. If you drive like that, this will just go for miles and miles and miles, and that's why we chose it, last year?
Yes.
For a well over 1,000-mile road trip. Also, when you're traveling in winter, you want things like EyeSight watching you, X mode. The other thing is, it doesn't feel too high. It's got a decent ride height, but it's not to the point that it feels wavery. It offers a nice journey, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Even corners like that, with a bit of camber, just takes it with ease, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's handled it well.
Steering, you can tell the difference. It's nice and weighty, gives good feedback, and it wasn't bad steering to start with, but this is definitely more defined. There's more direction to it, and it responds quicker, and that makes all the difference. Ooh, wow. So we're now in X mode up here. Now, normal cars by now would be wheel spinning. This, it just trudges over it. Absolutely no problem. Proper suspension, isn't it?
Brilliant.
It's not jarring in the slightest, it's just...
It goes with the flow of it.
Exactly.
It's not
It
a bone
eats up
shaker.
bumps and dints, and this would be a joy off-road. I don't think we've ever taken a Forester off-road, have we?
No.
I think that's our next port of call, isn't it? So there you have it. Remarkably good value at under 40k. And if you want something a little more special, tops out at around 43,000. It's reliable. And it's perfect for quite a large family. Thanks for watching.